Hello beautiful people. This is my third take of this video because I didn't plan the previous ones or how I would say things and in what order, but it's okay, we're just rolling with it. So this video or testimony video is about fear and overcoming something that you had or I had nightmares about. I'm not really sure where to start. I was in a toxic relationship, and after getting past the denial, the anger, the bargaining, all those sorts of things, a lot of fear crept in of like, when am I going to see them again? What is it going to be like? I'm scared, because in my mind this person was a very overpowering figure that just kept on growing and growing and growing in my head. I have a very vivid imagination, so my mind just ran wild with it, and the enemy really took hold of that and used it for his benefit to make me so scared to the point where I was not wanting to go to specific places where I thought this nightmare would become a reality. So that wasn't fun. So these nightmares would always be about me seeing this person again, and my reactions were always either passing out, having a panic attack in front of everyone, like in a public place, like a mall, or running away, or kneeing the guy, or punching him. Honestly, those were the things that were in my mind, either in nightmares, visions, daydreams. It was just all the time, every day. Couldn't really stop thinking about it. It was awful. And then months and months and months went by and nothing happened. Then it was this one random Tuesday, the first Tuesday that we had prac classes again at college. We had been there for prac. This was the first theory day we had at college since the beginning of 2020. So that was unusual. And because it was a theory day, I dressed up all nice, no like gym pants and Uggs and gross hair. I wore makeup, I wore jewelry. I was really feeling myself that day, looking at myself in the mirror like, yes, you are gorgeous. So that was different in terms of what I was wearing. I was early, which I hadn't been to class in a very long time. I was either just on time or like 1 or 2 minutes late, which, if you know me, I hate it, but it kept on happening. Can't really explain it too well, but this day I was early. I parked in a different place and in a different way. I pulled through 2 spots instead of just going with my nose in. And then reversing later. I know these are like weird, nitpicky little tiny details, but everything about that day was different. We had intercession prayer that morning, and I was really, really focused and concentrated. The morning before, the Monday, I wasn't really there, unfortunately. I have to admit it and be honest. But that Tuesday, I was really on the ball. And then when I got there, this person was there. And I'm like, he doesn't have my timetable. I don't talk to anyone that he talks to. We don't have the same friends anymore. We're at different universities or institutions. What on earth is happening? And I slipped out of my car thinking that he was maybe just waiting there for someone else, and slipped around, trying to escape. And then I turned around and there he was. And in that moment, after feeling so scared about everything that could happen, what ifs, I felt nothing. I stood there and I had no panic. I didn't shake. My heart was, I mean, I know it was beating, but I couldn't feel it like wanting to jump out of my chest. So that means it was rustig. I didn't faint, didn't pass out, didn't have a panic attack, didn't physically attack him, didn't run away, nothing. And I felt so strong, invincible. I felt so big. And for the fact that, wow, words, the fact that I had thought about this moment for so many months in a certain way, and then when it happened the complete opposite way, was mind-blowing. And that kind of peace in that moment, you can't just magic that up. Like, that's God. That is the peace beyond understanding that he promises in his word. You cannot explain it. It doesn't make sense. I was so baffled and confused what on earth had happened. And the exchange was like 1 minute. I don't remember half the things he said or that I said. And as soon as I walked away, then my hand started shaking. And then I started being like, wait, what just happened? Did anyone else just see that? But in that moment, it was like nothing could touch me. And if you have anxiety, and if you have had nightmares about something that you're so scared of really happening, I can tell you, if you put it in God's hands, and if you stick with him, and if you're in that like intimate walking relationship where you tell him everything that's going on, where you give those burdens to him, where you pray, where you read your Bible, where you pray over yourself. Like, before I got out of the car, I prayed. Because I was like, Lord, I need you. Please help me do this, because I don't know what to do. I can't remember what I prayed, but I prayed before I got out of the car. And that, and where my relationship was with God at that moment, seriously helped. I mean, and the intercession prayer in the morning and praying before I drove away from home, like all of that kind of stuff, just, it was like a shield. It was like this bubble. I could feel it. I could feel like nothing is gonna get to me at this moment. I feel no fear, nothing. It was like supernatural to have that bubble all around you and to feel so protected. I can't explain. I really can't. It's just God pulled through. And that's like the gist and the story of, or the through line, the thread for all of these testimonies. God pulled through in ways that you would have never thought or imagined or conceived, and it blows your mind every single time. So I hope this encourages you, especially if you've either been in a toxic relationship or have anxiety or have had terrible nightmares or have fear. And I know anxiety is technically from fear, but you get me. You pick up what I'm putting down. Okay, so that is that for this video. If you need help or want scriptures on how to overcome and push against fear, drop it in the comments. and I will gladly DM you and share more specifics about this whole thing and just help. Because I know from what I've experienced is that I don't want anyone ever to go through what I went through. So, and I mean, it was good for me. I needed to work through all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't be who I am and where I'm at today if it wasn't for all of that. God used the bad and worked it for good. It was terrible, but He changed it. It became beautiful. He didn't put that pain on me, but He worked through it, and He worked in me and through me. And yeah, that's basically a testimony. What He's done for me, He can do for you. If He's done it once, He can do it again and again and again and again and again and again. That is a promise. And not my promise. Word's promise. God's promise. It's in the Word. Yes. Okay. Now I'm blabbering on, so now I'm going to close this video. Goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, and stay blessed.